Almost diseases start from the gut. How can improve our gut? All disease begins in the gut. Hippocrates. Hippocrates, the father of modern medicine, was a wise man. Much of his wisdom, which is now over 2,000 years old, has stood the test of time. Obviously, not all disease begins in the gut. For example, this does not apply to genetic diseases. However, there is evidence that many chronic metabolic diseases do, in fact, begin in the gut. Endotoxins. There are many trillions of bacteria in the gut, collectively known as the gut flora. Some of these bacteria are friendly, others are not. What we do know is that the number and composition of gut bacteria can greatly affect our health, both physical and mental. Some of the bacteria in the gut contain compounds called lipopolysaccharides (LPS), also known as endotoxins. These are large molecules that are found in the cell walls of bacteria called gram-negative bacteria. These substances can cause an immune reaction in animals. During an acute bacterial infection, they can lead to fever, depression, muscle pains and even septic shock in serious cases. However, what isn't as well known is that sometimes these substances can leak from the gut and into the bloodstream, either constantly or right after meals. When this happens, the endotoxins activate immune cells via a receptor called toll-like receptor 4, or TLR4. The amounts are too small to cause symptoms of an infection, fever, etc., but the amounts are large enough to stimulate a chronic inflammatory response, which may wreak havoc over time, years, decades. Increased gut permeability, often termed leaky gut, may therefore be the key mechanism behind diet-induced chronic inflammation. When endotoxin levels in the blood increase up to levels that are 2 to 3 times higher than normal, this condition is known as metabolic endotoxemia. The endotoxins may either be carried into the blood circulation along with dietary fat, or they may leak past the tight junctions that are supposed to prevent unwanted substances from getting across the gut lining. An unhealthy diet can cause endotoxemia, which may be the starting point of chronic disease. Many of the studies on endotoxemia have injected endotoxins into the bloodstream of test animals and humans. These studies have shown that this leads to rapid onset of insulin resistance, a key feature of the metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes. This also leads to immediate increase in inflammatory markers in the blood, indicating that an inflammatory response has been activated. Interestingly, studies have also shown that an unhealthy diet can cause endotoxin levels in the blood to go up. Most of these studies were done in test animals, but there are a few human studies as well. According to one human study, comparing a Western diet to a prudent low-fat diet, placing 8 healthy subjects on a Western-style diet for 1 month induced a 71% increase in plasma levels of endotoxin activity, endotoxemia, whereas a prudent-style diet reduced levels by 31%. There are also numerous studies in test animals, suggesting that a long-term, high-fat diet can cause endotoxemia, and resultant inflammation, insulin resistance, obesity and metabolic disease. Numerous human studies have also shown that endotoxin levels increase after eating an unhealthy meal. This has been observed with pure cream, and both high-fat and moderate-fat meals. Most of the high-fat diets meals also contained refined carbohydrates and processed ingredients, so these results should not be generalized to a low-carb, real food-based diet that includes plenty of fiber. Some researchers believe that refined carbohydrates increase endotoxin-producing bacteria, as well as gut permeability, exerting a double hit of endotoxin exposure. There is also a long-term study in monkeys showing that a diet high in refined fructose can cause this. Gluten, via its effects on a signaling molecule called zonulin, may also increase gut permeability. Exactly which part of the diet causes endotoxemia is currently unknown. It appears to be multifactorial, involving both dietary components and the different bacteria that reside in the gut, as well as numerous other factors. Unfortunately, inflammation is incredibly complex, and the way it is linked to diet is just beginning to be explored. No single dietary agent has been identified, and chances are that it is the totality of the diet and lifestyle that affects it. Your best bet is to live a healthy lifestyle, with plenty of exercise and good sleep. A real food-based diet with plenty of prebiotic fiber is critical, with an emphasis on minimizing processed junk foods. A probiotic supplement may also be useful, and some studies show that probiotics can help reduce endotoxemia and the resulting inflammation. Probiotic foods, like yogurt with active or live cultures, kefir and sauerkraut, may also help. Ways to improve your gut bacteria. There are around 40 trillion bacteria in your body, most of which are in your intestines. Collectively, they are known as your gut microbiota, and they are hugely important for your health. However, certain types of bacteria in your intestines can also contribute to many diseases. Interestingly, the food that you eat greatly affects the types of bacteria that live inside you. Science-based ways to improve your gut bacteria. 1. Eat a diverse range of foods. There are hundreds of species of bacteria in your intestines. Each species plays a different role in your health and requires different nutrients for growth. Generally speaking, a diverse microbiota is considered to be a healthy one. This is because the more species of bacteria you have, the greater number of health benefits they may be able to contribute to. A diet consisting of different food types can lead to a diverse microbiota, which is beneficial for your health. 2. Eat lots of vegetables, legumes, beans and fruit. And vegetables are the best sources of nutrients for a healthy microbiota. They are high in fiber, which can't be digested by your body. However, fiber can be digested by certain bacteria in your gut, which stimulates their growth. Beans and legumes also contain very high amounts of fiber. Some high-fiber foods that are good for your gut bacteria include raspberries, artichokes, green peas, broccoli, chickpeas, lentils, beans, kidney, pinto and white, whole grains. One study found that following a diet high in fruits and vegetables prevented the growth of some disease-causing bacteria. Apples, artichokes, blueberries, almonds and pistachios have all been shown to increase bifidobacteria in humans. Bifidobacteria are considered beneficial bacteria as they can help prevent intestinal inflammation and enhance gut health. 3. Eat fermented foods. Fermented foods are foods altered by microbes. The process of fermenting usually involves bacteria or yeasts converting the sugars in food to organic acids or alcohol. Examples of fermented foods: yogurt, kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir, kombucha. Many of these foods are rich in lactobacilli, a type of bacteria that can benefit your health. Similarly, a number of studies have shown that yogurt consumption can beneficially modify intestinal bacteria and improve symptoms of lactose intolerance in both infants and adults. Certain yogurt products may also reduce the abundance of certain disease-causing bacteria in people with irritable bowel syndrome. However, it is important to note that many yogurts, especially flavored yogurts, contain high levels of sugar. Therefore, the best yogurt to consume is plain, natural yogurt. This kind of yogurt is made only of milk and bacteria mixtures, which are sometimes referred to as starter cultures. Furthermore, fermented soybean milk may promote the growth of beneficial bacteria, such as bifidobacteria and lactobacilli, while decreasing quantities of some other disease-causing bacteria. Kimchi may also benefit the gut flora. 4. Don't eat too many artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners are widely used as replacements for sugar. However, some studies have shown that they can negatively affect the gut microbiota. 5. Eat prebiotic foods. Prebiotics are foods that promote the growth of beneficial microbes in the gut. They are mainly fiber or complex carbs that can't be digested by human cells. Instead, certain species of bacteria break them down and use them for fuel. Many fruits, vegetables and whole grains contain prebiotics, but they can also be found on their own. Resistant starch can also be prebiotic. This type of starch is not absorbed in the small intestine. Rather, it passes into the large intestine where it is broken down by the microbiota. Many studies have shown that prebiotics can promote the growth of many healthy bacteria, including bifidobacteria. Many of these studies were conducted in healthy people, but some studies have shown that prebiotics can be beneficial for those with certain diseases, heart disease or diabetes. 6. Breastfeed for at least 6 months. Breastfeeding helps an infant develop a healthy microbiota, which may help protect against certain diseases in later life. 7. Eat whole grains. Whole grains contain lots of fiber and non-digestible carbs, such as beta-glucan. These carbs are not absorbed in the small intestine and instead make their way to the large intestine. In the large intestine, they are broken down by the microbiota and promote the growth of certain beneficial bacteria. Whole grains can promote the growth of bifidobacteria, lactobacilli and bacteroidetes in humans. In these studies, whole grains also increased feelings of fullness and reduced inflammation and heart disease risk factors. 8. Eat a plant-based diet. Diets containing animal-based foods promote the growth of different types of intestinal bacteria than plant-based diets do. A number of studies have shown that vegetarian diets may benefit the gut microbiota. This may be due to their higher fiber contents. One small study found that a vegetarian diet led to reduced levels of disease-causing bacteria in obese people, as well as reduced weight, inflammation and cholesterol levels. Another study found that a vegetarian diet significantly decreased disease-causing bacteria, such as E. coli. 9. Eat foods rich in polyphenols. Polyphenols are plant compounds that have many health benefits, including reductions in blood pressure, inflammation, cholesterol levels and oxidative stress. Good sources of polyphenols include cocoa and dark chocolate, red wine, grape skins, green tea, almonds, onions, blueberries, broccoli. Polyphenols can't be digested efficiently by human cells, but they are efficiently broken down by the gut microbiota. They may improve health outcomes related to heart disease and inflammation. 10. Take a probiotic supplement. Probiotics are live microorganisms, usually bacteria, which exert a specific health benefit when consumed. Probiotics do not significantly alter the composition of the microbiota in healthy people. However, in sick people, they may improve microbiota function and help restore the microbiota to good health. Your gut bacteria are extremely important for many aspects of health. Many studies have now shown that a disrupted microbiota can lead to numerous chronic diseases. The best way to maintain a healthy microbiota is to eat a range of fresh, whole foods, mainly from plant sources like fruits, veggies, legumes, beans and whole grains. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe to my channel. Be healthy.